And it looks like we're almost ready to get going here. And lights are out, we're underway. Looks like a good start from pole position there from RKT Home. Also, the man in second place, Samuel, seems to bog down a little bit. CR7 up in second place already. So Samuel with a terrible start. He's going to get absolutely swamped. 13th place, not too far behind him. And it looks like we've got Kami CT also diving up the inside. Oh, we're going to go 3 wide into turn 1. And there's a couple of spinners there. It looked like it was Kami CT. Was it? No, it wasn't Kami CT. It looked like it may have been... Oh, 13th fate definitely got spun out there. So Samuel leads the race at the moment. We've got RKT Home very close behind him. Sorry, that's Sam G94. My apologies. That was Samuel. No, it's Samuel in the lead of the race. And it looks like RKT Home's gone very, very wide there out of turn 3. That's going to allow Kami to go up into P2. That's very, very close racing. Side by side we saw back there. And we can see in the background there, Sam G94 running in 4th at the moment. Trying to chase these guys down. We've got Skills the Pro behind them. Then we've got DJ Ronnie and CR7 just behind those guys. Oh, someone's gone very, very wide there into turn 9. That must have been DJ Ronnie, was that? Look at the spray on these guys. This is absolutely treacherous conditions here at Catalunya. These guys are braving the conditions. I wouldn't want to be one of these guys out on the track. I really wouldn't. Oh, there's contact there. Bit of a shunt in the back there. Samueli running into what looked like that was Kami. Was that Kami? Yes, it was. But Samueli giving him the place back, letting him carry on. A very good sportsmanship there from those guys. In the background, we can see DJ Ronnie is homing these guys in, and CR7 also not too far behind them. He's got Skills the Pro for company with Kepala as well. Back to our race leader, Samueli, has absolutely pissed off at the start, at the first lap. I keep mixing up Samueli and Sam G94. I'm very sorry about that. It's just their names have the same abbreviation, so apologies for that. I will get that sorted out ASAP. Samueli into turn 1. He's got a healthy cushion at the moment. RKT Home can't keep up with him in these torrential wet conditions at the moment. Kami holding on to P3 ahead of Sam G. And we've got CR7, who seems to have shaken off Skills the Pro just a little bit. Skills the Pro is coming under pressure now from DJ Ronnie in the Ferrari. Looking very feisty at the moment in that 488. He's going to try around the outside of turn 2. Can he get it done? Not quite at the moment. This long, never-ending turn 3. Very tricky to get right in the wet conditions. It's flat out in the dry. In the wet, it's anything but. And we see contact there between DJ Ronnie and Skills the Pro. A little bit of rubbings racing there. DJ Ronnie looks like he's got through. Possibly a little bit of a shove there on his way. But he's up into P4 at the moment. Just having a look back, our race leader is not stretching out as much as he was. The gap stayed at 3 seconds. Holm is maybe stabilising that advantage at the moment. Be interesting to see what happens when it dries out, ladies and gentlemen, because this track is not going to stay wet for the duration. It will dry out. We will have full dry conditions at the end. It'll be interesting to see whether these guys come into the pits for dry tyres or if they try and weather it out on the wets. They'll be looking for the wet patches and trying to keep those tyres as warm as possible. And RKT Home, we can see in the background there, just running wide a little bit, but he doesn't seem to have lost too much time in the process. Kami still doing a good job there in 3rd place. We've got Sam G in 4th and CR7, who seems to be being homed in now by DJ Ronnie again. But these guys very cautious through this section. You can see that there's treacherous conditions, and Kepala seems to be being closed in on now by Skills the Pro. There's Mark GCT in 10th place, holding a top 10 spot. We got Gogo, and that looks like it's Zupi there at the back of the field, struggling in the Lamborghini in these wet conditions. Into turn 1. Still Samueli showing the way at the moment, doing a fantastic job. Bit of a rainmaster we can see in that Mercedes. Really does seem to have a good command of these wet conditions. Just feathering the throttle there as he comes through the first part of turn 3, and then getting it down as he comes out of the corner. Seems to know where the grip is and avoiding the puddles with expert precision at the moment. I don't want to speak too soon, but he does definitely seem to know how to drive in the wet. RKT just can't go with him at the moment, struggling for whatever reason. We've seen Holm in the past with some phenomenal pace. He actually won the Robbins Racing GT3 Championship finale at Hockenheim in the sprint race, I believe. He was on pole position, I know that much. He's got some phenomenal pace. As we just see some chewing there. But we've got 13th Fate closing in a little bit here on DJ Ronnie. DJ Ronnie seems to have lost the back of Kami and Sam G. And he's now falling under attack now from 13th Fate. We saw 13th Fate driving yesterday in the GTEs, was sporting the Porsche for that one. He looks like he's in the McLaren today. So GT3s, he's feels much more comfortable in the MP. And he's driving around in a good pace at the moment, trying to hunt down DJ Ronnie in front of him. Just heard a bit of a shuffle in there, by the way. Don't know what that was, but anyway. So our race leader Samuel Ali comes out the last turn. He's got quite a comfortable lead over RKT Holm. He's absolutely running away with this one. Seems to be totally excelling in these conditions. Hats off to him. Really is a fantastic performance so far. Let's hope he doesn't ruin it by hitting a puddle. But RKT still doing a nice job, but just not able to go with him at the moment. Kami looks like he might be closing in on RKT Holm at the moment, actually. He's gained 1.4 seconds on the last time around. So the pace is definitely with Kami at the moment. Not matching the leader, but he's definitely lapping faster than our man in P2. And Sam G also going pretty well at the moment, sort of maintaining his gap to second place. No one is able to match the leader at the moment. He's absolutely pissed off into the distance. Oh, we've got a battle here for P6. Looks like 13th Fate coming under a bit of pressure here from CR7. CR7's gone wide. CR7 onto the runoff area. That's going to lose him heaps of time. And he gets it back onto the road. But that will not help his challenge for P6 one bit. He's lost 4 seconds in that little excursion. Oh, is he? Oh, it's a puddle coming through turn 3. Kepala and Gogo will look at this as an opportunity to gain a couple of positions, potentially. Back with our leader. 8 seconds the gap to RKT Holm. She comes through turn 9 up towards the stadium section. Actually riding the curbs as well. Very brave when you think about it. Because in the wet, those curbs are difficult enough in the dry conditions here at Catalunya. But in the wet, they're nothing short of treacherous. And it looks like the rain should have stopped a little while ago, to be honest. It was meant to stop in the middle of the race, but it seems to be continuing. We're supposed to have fog at this time, but at the moment it does seem to be persisting. Heavy rain staying here for the duration by the looks of it, and there's no mandatory stop, so no need to come in. The guys can stay out till the end of the race and get the job done if need be. Oh, we've got a collision in the background. We've got a collision. That's Mark, GCT and Gogo there colliding coming through turn 9. I'm not sure if Kepala was caught up in that at all, but he seems to be pretty clear of that. So that was just Mark and Gogo there having a bit of a ding-dong and not working out. It looks like Gogo's come off worse in that little excursion. Unfortunately for him, Kami's being closed in on now by Sam G for the final podium spot. It'd be interesting to see who picks up that spot. Sam's definitely got plenty of talent, plenty of pace. But Sam doing an excellent job there. I think he's driving a Bentley. Definitely hunting down that final podium spot. Sam, good driving. And actually last time around Sam was 2.5 seconds faster than Kami. So you can just tell how much grip he's got in that car at the moment. Those wet tyres definitely not wearing off. They look a little bit cold, but they're still going pretty strong. I can't imagine anyone's tyres are particularly warm at the moment. Last time around our race leader was 2 seconds quicker than anybody else on the track. He's absolutely flying at the moment, is Samueli, as he comes into the final chicane. We've got 5 minutes left to go in this session, in this race here, this sprint race. No mandatory stop in this one, it's just a sprint to the line. And Samueli pops out the last corner now to complete the 5th lap here. But if my calculations are correct, I think we should have 3 more laps. 3 more laps I'm expecting from this one, ladies and gentlemen. RKT pops over the line now. 11 seconds is the gap between the top two. And looks like Sam is closing in onto the back of Kami now. He can see that car in front of him. He's going to be in the spray. He will have the slipstream coming down the main straight. The gap is 0.8 of a second. And you can see Kami there moving out of the slipstream. Maybe trying to pick up the dry line there. Staying away from the puddle. There are lots of large puddles there on the main straight here. And they usually build up in the centre of the track. So looks like Kami there just trying to avoid it. Goes very, very wide onto the artificial grass there. And that's going to allow Sammy to possibly have a look at him as we come through turn 3. Let's hope these guys can keep it clean, keep it pointing in the right direction. Into turn 4, this tricky braking zone in the wet, and it looks like Kami's gone wide. Kami's gone very, very wide. Just about holding it together. Sam also went a little bit wide as well. So this is unbelievable battle here for this P3 position. I'm also having a look at the timing screens. It looks like Mark GTC might be closing onto the back of Gogo, and it looks like, oh, it doesn't look like that's come off a little bit. But oh, as Kami goes very, very wide, that's going to allow Sam to have a look here up the inside of turn 6, and there's contact. Kami shuts the door on him. Just about there avoided a catastrophic incident, but Kami there driving very defensive back onto the racing line as we come through turn 7. Oh my goodness me. Sorry, that's turn 8 even, apologies. As we come down this little back stretch, and this is the second fastest part of the track, and it looks like Sam not happy at all with the conduct of Kami through that first sector there, flashing his lights and saying, "Oi, what was that all about?" Through turn 10, and Kami seems to have weathered the storm. He's got 3rd place. We're on to the penultimate lap, well, at least our race leader is. Sam Urelli on to lap 7. I'm absolutely certain this will be the penultimate lap. With these lap times these guys are doing in the full wet conditions, this is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Holmes over the line to start the penultimate lap as well. Back with our battle here for the final podium spot. Kami just about holding on. Exiting the final turn. Definitely responded that time around. Sam has been consistently closing on him the last few laps, but Kami just letting him know that he's not done. Over the line, and we saw there Kami responding to that lap time. DJ Ronnie in the background there looked a little bit too far back to get involved in this little brawl, but 4 seconds, you know, if they make contact or have an incident, then DJ Ronnie is going to be right there to capitalise on their remains. In the background we can see Gogo here. He seems to have cleared ahead of Mark now, so Gogo looks like he's got 7th place in the bag, barring any kind of major incident on the last couple of laps. What's happening here? Kepler! Ah, looks like Mark spun! Mark spun! Kepler's up ahead of him! Kepler's got the position, so Mark, it looked like he might have been closing in on Gogo at one point, but he's lost the control of the car, and there's no mandatory pit stop here, guys. You do not need to bring it in, but he's doing it anyway. Back with the race leader. He's got a 15-second lead over RKT home now. Fantastic performance here from Sam Urelli. Class of the field here this evening. Driven faultlessly from start to finish. Well, we're not at the finish just yet, but it does seem like he has this one in the bag. And Sam's got past Kami. We missed that one on the video, but it looks like he's got past him somewhere on this lap. We missed it, but Kami with the error, and Sam is up into the final podium spot. Brilliant driving from Sam. Fantastic, good driving to get himself up into that P3 spot. Kami will be gutted. He had that podium spot for most of the race, but Sam in the end with the superior pace and seemingly better consistency. He's going to come out of the last turn now. He's about to start the last lap. Our race leader is on the final lap of the race, and he's got a little bit of traffic here to contend with in front of him. That looks like it might be Mark GCT and CR7. These guys will have to get out of the way because the blue flags are being waved. Here we go. So Mark and CR7, the blue flags are being waved, boys. You're going to have to let the leader come through. And it looks like, yep, Mark's moving over to the side, allowing him to go through. That's good driving there. Hats off to him. Great sportsmanship from these boys. Rubbings racing community, we expect nothing less than this. And it's great to see the guys adhering to the blue flags and moving over in these torrential wet conditions. It's not always easy to move over or to see the cars behind you. But these guys showing their class. And there we go as well. CR7, well done. Good driving, good driving. And our race leader now just has a few corners to go as he comes into turn 9. The tight left-hander, you have to be hard on the brakes from quite a high speed. And this one, you can clip the curve on the inside and on the dry. In the wet, it's absolutely treacherous. Obviously, you'll be running higher downforce in these conditions, so that does help you out a little bit. But even so, these guys very brave, clipping those curbs and jumping over them like it's hopscotch. Here he comes, Samuelli, out of the final corner. He has driven a phenomenal race. Class of the field in this race, has driven faultlessly from start to finish. Samuelli comes over the line to take the victory here at Catalunya in the wet. Brilliant driving. Hats off, teammate. Well done. RKT home coming into the final chicane now. He will come home in second place. Couldn't deal with the pace of Samuelli this evening, but he's going to come home in a credited second spot. Well done to RKT. He's going to come over the line in second. Looks like he's got some damage there to the left hand side of that car. Must have been the turn 1 incident caused that. Can't think of any other place where that could have happened. Kami is going to... Kami's got back past Sam. And these two are going to go wheel to wheel at the end of the race. Who's going to get our final podium spot? It looks like Kami in the Lamborghini is just about going to hold on from Sam. Oh, unbelievable. If you're interested in joining Robbins Racing, go to www.robbinsracing.co.uk and join our leagues. Starting up again on the 6th of January 2020. We've just had 2 seasons, 2 very successful seasons, the entirety of season 2 over on our YouTube channel. So check those out if you have the time. Racing, giving us the content.
Nice race.
Yeah, thank you for giving us the content there. Cheers for that, boys.
Thank you.
Cheers, boys.